everybody, and welcome back to Ugins Insight. I am your host, Jordan, and tonight we've got joining me,
Adam
and Chris.
And we're going to discuss tonight the Commander 2016 spoilers. But before we get to that, we're going to get to our new favourite bit and segment of the show, Cracker Pack time. So we have a pack of Kaladesh again, but oh well, it's the current flavour, and you never know.
Why break the habit of a lifetime?
Why break the habit? Yeah. So let's see. Right.
Any Planewalkers?
No, it's all about the foil torrential gay hulks. That's what we need to talk about. That's what we want.
Or the
Inventions.
Oh yeah, or any of the masterpieces as well. What, a Mana Vault would cover me? Yeah, that'd be fine. I wouldn't say that. Right, so, first common, we have Fortuitous Find, 2 and a black, sorcery, choose one or both, return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand, or return target creature card from your graveyard to hand.
Not bad.
It's quite good, because if you're running artifacts as well, like the vehicles, it's quite handy to get both of them back.
Yeah, no, I think it's decent. Yeah, it's very decent, especially with regards to, because a lot of people in Limited do remove things quite quick off the board.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely worth. I wouldn't say it's like maybe 6-7 picks, or if once you're into black sort of thing. Next card is Propeller Pioneers, 3 and a white human artificer, 2/1 with flying and fabricate 1.
Fairly decent.
Yep.
The main thing is it's flying.
Yeah, definitely with the evasion, I would say it's definitely up there in terms of
Still
white.
quite expensive though for
expensive, but for a 2/1 flyer, possibly a 3/2 flyer, depending on the board state. You know, to be fair, I was using this as a 3/2 flyer a lot of the GP, so I thought it was all right actually. Oh, here we go. 2 mana, Consulate Skygate. 2 mana, it's an artifact creature. Wall. It's a 0/4 defender with reach. This is actually not that bad.
the amount of times it saved me at the GP because they've got one flying and I just kept on blocking.
I don't like it. I really don't.
I love it.
But the amount of times I was annoyed that I couldn't get through. However, what is funny though is when you have Depala and Aerial Responder on board, and he just keeps blocking with this, and you just keep getting 3 life for the turn. Was rather funny actually in one game. That was rather good. Right, Failed Inspection. 2 and 2 blue, instant, counter target spell, draw a card, and then discard a card.
More for the card draw.
Nice.
It's an alright counter spell. It's not the greatest, but I do like the card draw ability on it. It's kind of justifiable. I don't like the discard bit. I really don't like the discard bit.
If
but
you had sort of like the madness in there, then it'd be fine.
Yeah, but we're talking from a limited point. This is
Yeah.
there's better counters in the set, I think. Definitely. Right, next one is Ambitious Etherborn. 4 and a black. It's a creature, Etherborn Artificer. It's a 4/3 and has Fabricate 1.
I like this for limited. I normally fabricated it to beef it up and give it a big creature.
It's a very good hitter.
Oh yeah, no, I liked it. To be fair, even when I was doing if you got Marionette Master, you always went for the servo anyway, and it's still a 4/3 body.
Yeah.
Still relevant, still very good. Oh, here we go. Fragmatize. Single white sorcery. Destroy target artifact or enchantment with converted mana cost 4 or less.
The amount of this I see on sideboards in people's standard decks, let alone limited.
This is amazing card. So good.
Limited if I was running white.
So, no offense, in draft, this is like, this is high pick. If I'm in white and I say this, it's hard for me. I have to find something hell of a lot more sort of pickable.
Usually 3rd or 4th pick for me.
Yeah, definitely. It's up there. Sage of Shalia's Claim. 1 and a green, Elf Druid. It's 2/1, and when it enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy. Yes.
Yeah.
All day long. In any of the energy decks, if you're running green, this needs to go in there.
Yeah.
Because getting 3 energy is like sweet. Right. Ooh, here we go. Renegade Freighter. 3 mana, artifact vehicle. Whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+1 against trample to end of the turn, and you crit for 2, and its base stats 4/3. But when it attacks, it's a 5/4. Love this thing.
My favourite vehicle, to be honest.
This is 1. It looks like an elephant, which is cool. 2, it is actually so good. Like turn 3, you put this thing down, and you just know turn 4 you're swinging for 5. Even if it dies, you're going to trample over and get some damage in. So it always works. It's fantastic. Cathartic Reunion. 1 and a red sorcery as additional cost to There's additional cost to cast it, discard 2 cards, then you get to draw 3 cards. Yes, early game, this is a great card, and it really is, because especially when you've got, depending on the board state, if you've only got a couple of land and you're like, all right, I need a couple more land to get going, and then suddenly you're whiffing for a couple of turns, then this thing becomes relevant, because it's like, right, let's just get rid of this high CMC thing into the graveyard and this extra thing, and then draw into possibly what you need.
I mean, that's the thing. If you can get in the graveyard and you can get that back, then you can just.
To be fair, if you're doing red black, there's lots of black. There's the fortuitous find which can get stuff back for you, sort of thing. So, or if even in red white, if you've got refurbish, dump a creature, get to play, or dump an artifact creature, then play refurbish for 4 mana and get you back onto the field. That works as well. So it's an alright. I can see why people like it. But at the same time, I have drawn into this turn 10, and it's like, oh, this is the last card I really need right now. At this point, you're like, oh, I wish it was a tormenting voice. I really do. I can only afford to discard 1 card, not 2. Right. Next common is commencement of festivities. 1 and a green instant prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to players this turn.
This, I think, is really handy because if you know you're going to get heavy hit, you can just go, nope.
Yes, well, it's fantastic. It's instant fog. It's
especially when you get to the player where it's a really close match. They swing all in, knowing they're going to win the match.
Alpha strike, and then you
play that, and then I swing in and hopefully kill them off. It's a game changer.
Yeah. To be fair, I have seen a lot of people. They cast this on upkeep. So the guy's untapped and then has to go, hang on.
Right.
So suddenly it's like, especially if you know that Alpha Strike is coming any minute because they're going to cast something to pump the team or something, like Engineered Might. You know it's coming. And it's like, you cast this on upkeep. So suddenly they've untapped and suddenly it's like, hang on a minute, I now have to tap mana down and not Alpha Strike. Sort of thing. So it can affect.
Surely you'd be better. Wait until they've attacked.
Yes, ideally you want to make them do that, but somebody there's the MTG Goldfish did the Energy Fog deck, which is really good, and that uses that, and he was doing it in various combat little shenanigans like that, which was working. Right, we're on to the uncommons now. Sky Whaler's Shot for 2 and a white, instant destroy target creature with power 3 or greater, scry 1.
Yes.
Amazing card, amazing. Quite frankly, when it's hilarious when they swing in with the Adara Express and you go, bye-bye. How many times my opponents would then kick themselves, and then the best thing is like, oh, no, I'll just have my little cheeky scry. No, to the top or bottom. Trust me, it is worth it. Perpetual Timepiece is an artifact for 2 mana, and you can tap it, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard, or you can pay 2 and exile it and shuffle any number of target cards from your graveyard into your library. Long game, this works really well for the long run, especially if you're doing a specific deck, like with Fogs or something like that. Or
limited, I would say, in my opinion, I wouldn't pick it.
If you would somehow manage to draft a control deck in limited, this would be worth it because this would get you your counters back from early game or early game removal. This will get things back for you. So I can see. It has its uses, but at the same time, it's a bit of a hindrance. But then again, for the current Delirium deck, it's quite a good card anyway.
Delirium, it works absolute wonders.
Yeah, because especially once you've got Delirium active over and abundant, and you need a couple of creatures back or a couple of instants or something like that, you can get them back in, which I find good. Right, next card. Oh, this is one of my favourites, actually. Experimental Aviator for 3 and 2 blue. Human Artificer. Flying when he enters the battle. He's a 0/3. When he enters the battlefield, you get to create 2 Thopters. This guy is awesome. I love this guy. This is so good in limited. He actually blocks a lot of things all day long.
And to be honest, in standard, if you could, again with Eldrazi Displacers, if you could figure a way to flicker the cards, you could just keep on creating Thopters after Thopters after Thopters.
There's that. There's Aerobatic Maneuver. That works in limited. But this guy is a perfect target in standard for my Eldrazi, Elder Deep Fiend.
Yes.
Yeah, this knocks off suddenly Elder Deep Fiend's 1 and 2 blue.
Yeah.
Yes, all day long. And I got two chump.
The only
chump
downside is the mana. It costs 5 mana. Is quite an
Not
expensive.
really. In limited, yes, but I tell you what, the amount of times I got this guy out on curve was actually really impressive. A lot of the time when I was running blue, it was just in no bother sort of thing. I found.
Fair enough.
Right. Oh, and here's the rare, and it's oh god, oh not again. Oh, this card haunts me in practically every other pack, I think. Aether Squall Ancient. It's a 7-drop, 5 and 2 blue for a Leviathan creature that's a 6/6. It has flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, you get 3 energy. Yes.
Yeah.
You may then pay 8 energy, return all other creatures to their owner's hands, activate this ability only at any time you could cast a sorcery. If you could do it at instant speed, this would be an auto pick regardless. However, to be fair, out of the pack, this is if you weren't going to pick this, it's a bit interesting. But I do like it. It is a 6/6 flyer. It is good for 7, which is very good.
As long as you can get the mana every turn.
To be fair, if you pick this, you have to pick practically every energy card you can get, whether it's a Durdle Note or not. So, with this, you have to pretty much go into, I would say, green blue energy. I don't think black could get you enough energy to do stuff, whereas green and blue have that much synergy together. Yeah. And then we have a mountain and a construct token. So if I wasn't going to do an Aether Squall Ancient, I think I would be Sky Whaler's Shot, personally.
Yeah.
I go for the removal.
That would be...
To be honest, I would do the weird thing. I'd probably go with Renegade Freya.
Really? You'd skip past all those uncommons and go straight for the Freya?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the way I'm looking at it, he's going to do more damage.
Mm-hmm. Even though my Sky Whaler's Shot will blast him out of the water.
Other than that, I'll probably, if I was going green, I'd go Commitment or Festivities.
Alright, okay.
I think it's a hard one, actually. My initial thought was the Renegade Freighter. I think Skyward Shot would potentially be a very viable pick and probably would be
if the Aether Squall Ancient wasn't there, I think I'd be all in on Sky Whaler's Shot.
Of course. It really depends. It kind of suits what you play as well, because in my personal opinion, I'm best with playing plains and white, so I would probably be more tempted to go towards the Sky Whaler's Shots rather than the others. But I think they're a very good pack.
All right. So Aether Squall Ancient. Thank you for turning up in yet another pack of mine. I've probably got like 2 play sets now of it. If he wants to tell the other Aether Squall Ancients in other packs that I'm good, I've got enough now, I do not need any more, then that'll be lovely. So let's get round to the main topic of the podcast. We're going to discuss Commander 2016. Woo-hoo-hoo. So I am quite a Commander fan. In fact, I'm probably to blame why the lads are into Commander, because I had a Commander deck and hadn't played it and kind of convinced them all to get into Commander.
I'm not going to lie, I've not regretted it ever since you've gotten us into Commander.
Well, it's because it's awesome. That's why.
You can just do so many combos and it works.
Well, it's the benefit of Commander is that you pick a creature, and then it's like, oh, this is my general. What can I do with him with that ability? With that and the amount of times that you can go a bit nuts.
I think the amount of games we've had of Commander, which has absolutely been bonkers. For example, we had a game where I played a Mind Dilation and then Jordan copied the Mind Dilation, so we had 2 Mind Dilations on the field and people exiling cards like anything. It was
and it's amazing how you were getting all decent spells and creatures and that, and I was getting land every time until we knocked you out the game, and even then I was still getting land. Which isn't fair because I can't cast anything.
I got ganged up on claiming that.
God, it's so annoying. Right, anyway, we're not discussing our games, we're discussing the future possible games. So, coming out next month in November, we have the 5 new Commander decks, which are all 4 colours, which is very interesting because I believe this is the first time Wizards have released 4 colour Commanders. So basically, I don't know how the best way to discuss this. Well, what we'll do is we'll go through the names and what colours there are. We'll discuss the main commander and quickly mention the partner commanders, and we'll go from there. So, one thing we do have from this is the player's 4 colours. You have a new mechanic called partner. So, partner is where in the set you will get 3 other legendary creatures with partner that can be used. The 2 of them can be used together to be a single commander, providing that the creature has partner as well. So, for example, in our first deck, we're going to discuss, which is Invent Superiority, which I know is Chris is budding and chomping at the bit to discuss this deck, which is Breya Ethereum Shaper. She's an artifact creature, so that doesn't give you a hint of what's going on. You won't never guess. She's human. She's a 4/4. Whenever she enters the battlefield, you get to create 2 blue Thopter artifact creatures with flying. Sorry, I was just quickly reading that. And you can pay 2, sacrifice 2 artifacts, and you get to choose one. You can deal 3 damage to a player. Target creature gets -4/-4, or you get to gain 5 life. Quite frankly, a modal commander where that just does. It's a Swiss Army knife commander. Quite frankly. Let's be honest, Grasp of Darkness is nice. or Lightning Bolt to a player. Yes. All right. Could you imagine if you can start getting numerous clue tokens off somehow?
You've got some way of creating... clues. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. In fact, what is it? Not Thop the Foundry. Is it Thop the Foundry or Mia Maker or something like that. Yeah, Battlesphere and all that.
Tamio's Journal.
Yeah, Tamio's Journal. Yeah, there's so many ways that you can get artifacts, whether they're creatures or just general durdle notes. But with Breya, you're going to get 3 partner commanders. I'm just going to call them partner commanders.
Yeah.
These are all dual colours. So first we have Sylvus Wren, who's a Deck Seeker Adept, and he's 1 blue-black. Death Touch, whenever he deals combat damage to a player, choose target artifact card in your graveyard, you may cast that card. So you can't cast it for free, but you can still cast stuff from the graveyard. That's quite nice.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's Geezer and Garroth, basically.
Oh, yeah. But instead you have to do a combat damage, so you're going to have to get him through. But Key to the City will get him through quite easily. You know, that makes him... There's that many cantrip spells that can get him through as well, quite nicely. Next partner commander is Bruce Tal, Boorish Herder. He's 2 a red and a white. He's a human ally, and I know Chris is already chomping at the bit about that bit. He is a 3/3. When he enters the battlefield or attacks, target creature you control gains double strike and lightning. Oh yes.
I'm literally rubbing my hands together with this one.
So at the start, I don't know. I don't know if he'll trigger Odric, because I believe Odric triggers the beginning of combat, if I'm right. If I can remember off the top of my head, but
yes, so you need to do the flicker instead of the attacks. But yeah, it would do it for 1 turn.
Oh yeah, so if when he enters, he would trigger Odric. Yeah, you could trigger Odric that way, but when you're attacking, you can't do it that way. All right, and then the last one is Akiri, Rope Thrower. She is a single red and a single white. She's a core soldier ally, so there's a bit of an ally sub-theme sort of going on. She has first strike, vigilance, and she gets +1/+4 for each artifact you control. So if you can, throw an inspector up or go a bit nuts.
This deck is so...
That thing can switch. She's a 0/3, so you need at least 1 artifact to start giving her some power.
Yeah.
But, hell, you would run... I mean, red-white, that's an equipment deck. You've got weapons trainer, ally, and all that sort of thing. Anyway.
This really complements new Kaladesh set, and you could... adapt this, adding Kaladesh cards to make this deck even more powerful.
Oh, definitely. I mean, suddenly you get vehicles. Once you start getting vehicles in this, this thing gets stupid.
I would be very surprised if there was no Kaladesh cards in that commander deck, because obviously we haven't seen the full deck list yet. But if we were to see that whole deck without a Kaladesh card, I'd be very, very surprised.
I think there might be 1 or 2 turn up. Yeah. So, Chris, your thoughts on it?
My thoughts. The commander is just absolutely insane. It is just like someone's put sorcery in instances and said, hey, let's make a creature out of this.
So do you think you'll be running her more as Breya, or do you think you'll be maybe having a bit of fun with? I
would if I was tempted to keep it as it is, do Breya and Silas.
Yeah.
If I was to take it apart, I'm tempted to do Bruce, Tal, and Akiri in sort of like an red-white ally deck.
Well, you could easily put it in General Taziri, so because she's a 5-colour commander. That would work.
That's
you know, ally encampment does tap for any ally colour, which is quite nice. All right, so next set is called Entropic Uprising. So I didn't mention. Sorry, invent superiority is white, blue, black, and red. Entropic Uprising is blue, black, red, and green. So this one I'm quite in love with this deck. So we have the 4-colour commander himself is Yidris Maelstrom Wielder. He casts for one of each of the colour. He's a legendary Ogre Wizard. Ogre Wizards. He's a 5/4 with Trample. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, as you cast spells from your hand this turn, they gain Cascade. So, the way I'm reading this, and I highly think I'm right in this, is that, say for example, if I cast Lightning Bolt to your face, I then get to Cascade down to find a spell, whenever you cast a spell, exile cards on top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less than that spell.
Yeah, so
it could be a creature. So if I cast Lightning Bolt, I could hit you in the face for 3, and until I find a 1-mana sorcery, instant, or creature, and then I get to put it down to the field. Which is quite
the only problem with it is you're going to have to deal combat damage to the player, so you're going to need to find a way to get through their defences. Maybe something like Key to the City could be very complimentary of this deck, and use Key to the City to make
the way I read it is that you've got to deal damage with the spell to cascade. Sort of, it says whenever Yidris Maelstrom deals combat damage to a player as you cast spells. So I believe.
What happens is you go into combat. It deals the damage. This is the way I've understood it.
Yeah.
You deal the damage to the player. Then after you've done that, when you cast a spell,
Okay.
then you cascade.
I'm with you now. Yeah. So it's second main phase.
Yeah.
But what, you can firebolt into some? Oh no, fire X cancels 0.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of really big. What's a really big hitting spell? I'm trying to think now.
Something like Grasp of Darkness, so -4/-4 again. You could.
No, you got to do combat damage. As you cast spells. No, so it's any spell. Oh no, so it's any spell. Oh no, so part of the Warville will be beautiful in this. Yeah. In fact, yeah. So blue will probably get you the best things. Thinking on this.
Yeah.
Clone Legion, that's 7.
Yeah, but you normally want to cast Clone Legion first main phase for big swing.
Yeah, that's true.
Mind Dilation.
Yeah, cast spells. It's his spells, so yeah, that would work. Yeah, so in fact, suddenly, intriguing actually.
Emrakul, that counts as 13, even if you do it for the less.
Or just cascading straight into, Emrakul into,
Ulamog.
Yeah, that would be sick. But yeah, I doubt it. But yeah, so the partner commanders that I get in that deck is a Vile Smasher the Fierce, who's 1 black and red. Who's Goblin Berserker. Go Goblins. It's a 2/3. Whenever you cast your first spell, Vile Smasher deals damage equal to that spell's CMC to an opponent chosen at random. Yes! Random effects. That way you can't be blamed. You can't be blamed. It's fantastic. Everybody needs this card because that way you can play Commander and I go, look, it's not my fault. The
Blame
dice,
the dice.
blame the dice, etc.
Make a rule where that's everyone's partner commander.
You get your out arguments, wouldn't you? The next commander is Kaidil, chosen of Crucifix. 2, a green and a blue. She's a human wizard for 2/3. You can tap to add colourless mana to your mana pool for each card you've drawn this turn. So obviously with green-blue, yes, the amount of cards. Well, my blue-red deck's rather nuts, and the amount of cards I can draw.
Complementary maybe to Nissa's Emblem, the new Nissa. Play a land, that's an extra card draw this turn and stuff like that. So there is.
So second main, suddenly you're able to get, if you can get 2 or 3 mana to ramp into a nice creature or a spell. Bing, bing, bing. We then have the last partner commander of that deck is I'm gonna butcher this name. Thrasios Triton Hero, who's for a green and a blue. So it seems like they have one sub commander in there that's a cheap commander.
Yeah.
He's a legendary creature, merfolk. Boo. I don't like merfolks. He's a 1/3, and you pay 4 to scry 1, then reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, draw a card.
This really works well with the other commander we just talked about, actually. Let's do green-blue for the drawing.
Oh yeah, no, green blue for the drawing.
Yeah.
He's easy end of days. Got the green blue, the amount of green blue draw enchantments and stuff like that are quite nuts. But it's quite nice. I mean, to be fair, that works in sort of if you've got a landfall deck. If you got an all round 5-color commander or even 3 colors, because main landfall tends to work in red and green. If you've got a red, green, blue sort of legendary, he would work fantastic in that, because suddenly it's like, yeah, I now trigger landfall at instant speed, which would be really good. So that is that deck. I am looking forward to that one myself. That is the one I am chomping to get my teeth into. Next deck is Open Hostility. This is for black, red, green and white. Saskia the Unyielding is a 3/4 human soldier, has vigilance, haste, and as it enters the battlefield, you choose a player. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, it deals that much damage to a chosen player as well.
You would get so much hate when this.
Oh no, this is a hate deck. No, but to be fair though, this is what you do: is that you enter the battlefield, you pick the player with the most life.
Yeah.
You do not attack him; you attack someone else, so it still does damage to them. So you are going to get hit off this deck.
Oh dear, it's a big target for you.
Oh, it is. Oh, it definitely is. Right, the partner commanders for that is Tana the Blood Sower, 2 red and a green. She's an elf druid for a 2/2. Trample. Whenever Tana deals combat damage to a player, you may put that many 1/1 green sapling creature tokens onto the battlefield.
Buffer up.
Oh yeah. No, you're swinging big for this, and like she's got trample, so yeah. So it's like I do 3 damage to, I do 5 damage to you, and I get 5 1/1s on the back. Suddenly you can just swing with her quite nicely. The next partner commander is Ravos Soul Tender, who's 3 a black and a white. He's a human cleric for a 2/2. He has flying. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Yes.
Yep.
At the beginning of your upkeep, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand.
That's ridiculous.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. All day this thing works. Quite frankly, I love this card. Last partner commander is I'm going to butcher this one. Timna the Weaver. This is 1 white and a black. It's a human cleric 2/2. She has lifelink. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, you may pay X life, where X is the number of opponents that were dealt combat damage this turn. If you do, draw X cards. Let's be honest, she's got lifelink. You would play this in a lifelink deck. You really would. And you were just like, yeah, I'm just going to keep swinging all day quite nicely. Because suddenly that thing gets ridiculous. Especially if you got what? If you got that sword of ages, the one that myriad, so it makes... And if you attack with a creature, you create a token that's tapped and attacking your other opponents as well. So suddenly, if you get 3 opponents, that's pay 3 life, draw 3 cards. Yes, please. In fact, I'm pretty sure blue players are crying that they don't get to do this ability. Right, so that was that one. The next one is Stalwart Unity. This is for red, green, white, and blue. The main commander is... Oh, God.
Canius and the Tiro of Melitus.
There we go. You see? That's what we all had him here for.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so legendary creature, human soldier. It's a 2/8. Yeah, because that's fair.
Great defender.
At the beginning of your end step, draw a card. Each player may put a land card from his or her hand onto the battlefield. Then each opponent who didn't draws a card. Yes. Yes, all day long to this card.
My only problem with it is it's giving your opponents an advantage as well, because they are putting the lands on and they're getting the next turn.
It is it is a mere ability. But for example, I wouldn't want to, like in my Omnath, if I was using this as my main commander and my landfall deck. I don't want to do that. I want to play that beginning of turn. So
Yeah.
suddenly, but I do get card draw.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it kind of works.
Yeah.
So I like it. I do like it. It's sort of, I don't know where it fits though.
I've got to
Very
admit,
good defender.
Oh yeah.
It was when I looked at the commanders, it was the first commander that I thought, oh, actually, this could be fun to play.
To be
with.
fair, I would want in this because it's running green. You'd want is it assault formation where creatures assign combat damage equal to their toughness?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want that because suddenly that's swinging for 8 commander damage each time. It's like, yeah, you've got to block. You've got to block or you're taking 8. Suddenly, yeah, that'd be bad. Right, first partner commander is Sidar Condor of Jamura. 2 a green and a white. He's a human knight, 2/5. Has flanking, which means that whenever a creature without flanking blocks this creature, it gets -1/-1 until the end of turn.
Cool.
And then creatures your opponents control without flying or reach can't block creatures with power 2 or less.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a bit unfair. Come on, that's a bit nuts. It's a bit horrid.
Oh dear.
The next one is Ludwig Necro Alchemist. He's 1 blue and a red. He's a human wizard. He's a 1/4. Beginning of each player's end step, that player may draw a card if player. Sorry, hang on. At the beginning of each player's end step, that player may draw a card if a player other than you lost life this turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically you have to not lose. Yeah, so
basically,
You have
your
to deal
opponent
damage.
wants to swing at somebody else to make sure they draw a card
Beginning
at
of
the
each
end of the
player.
turn. Because at the beginning of each player's end step, that player, so the player, your opponent, may draw a card if a player other than you has lost life
Yes,
this
no,
turn.
you're right, yeah.
So you're encouraging to swing it, get people to swing at someone else.
yeah, you've got to lose like right. And then the
Which is
last
quite cool.
the last partner commander for that is Cranum Ledvig's Opus, which is 3 a blue and a red. He's a zombie horror for 4/4. He's flying and haste. Whenever an opponent casts his or her second spell each turn, draw a card. Yes. Yes. All day long, yes. That's what I like. Okay, and the last commander deck is Breed Lethality, which I'm pretty sure is not a word, let's be honest. Lethality, really? This one is for green, white, blue, and black, and the main commander is... Oh god, I'm going to go mess with...
Atraxa Perito's voice. I'm going to have a guess at.
Yeah, there we go. That's good enough. It's an angel horror for 4/4, and it has flying, vigilance, death touch, and lifelink.
If you need any more.
Which is not fair. No. But this is the worst bit. At the beginning of your end step, proliferate. That means that any number of target counters, you may choose any number of permanent and/or players with counters on them, and give each another counter of that kind they already have. Poison counters, energy counters, poison, energy, 1/1s on all the creatures you control. Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers you control. You can tick them up as well. Yeah. It is nuts.
You can do it to opponents, can't you, as well? Or is it just you?
Players with counters on them. So they have that. The player has that. You can't increase their Planeswalkers loyalty or 1/1 counters. It's only their if they have a counter. So I believe energy would count because that's in the command zone, and poison counts as well.
I think there's a land that's ice counters. You could put ice counters back on it, couldn't you?
No, because that's a permanent they control, not on them. It's only on them. But no, for example though, if you had Marit Large, what is it? Frozen Depths. What's it called?
Frozen Depths.
The Frozen Depths. If you have Frozen, instead of taking the counter off, you can put one on if you want. I'm pretty sure the players around the table would thank you for that instead of getting a 2020 legendary artifact creature. Right. So the 3 partner commanders that you get for this is the first one is Ishai, Ojutai's Dragon Speaker. It's 2 a blue and a white. It's a bird monk, not a bird wizard. I'm disappointed. It's a 1/1, and whenever it has flying, and whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a 1/1 counter on Dragon Speaker. That thing's gonna get big quick. Quite frankly, in commander games, you generally every person's generally casting a spell each turn. Look at Forgotten Ancient. Yeah. That thing conspiracy gets ridiculously big already.
Does,
sort of thing. So that thing's gonna get nuts.
It's like the Green Hydra.
Oh yeah,
It is
the
basically-
Mana Gorger Hydra, yeah.
It is basically a copy of that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Next commander is Ikar Shidiki, the Usurper. It's 3 a black and a green. It's a Naga wizard. It's a 3/7. It has menace. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Oh my god. That is quite frankly insane. And anyone who tries to tell me it's not needs to be shot.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, suddenly you can imagine a lot of walls and fatties getting put in, quite frankly. Or anything with a big butt is going to get put into that deck. It doesn't matter if it swings for 1 damage. It's like, yeah. Suddenly you can get up to it, and then you want, what, Aether Flux Reservoir artifact? Yeah, ping you for 50, ping you for 50. Yeah, that's definitely what you want. Right, the last partner commander of the set is Rayhan, Last of the Abzan. 1 a green and a black. Human warrior. It's 0/0. When Rayhan enters the battlefield, it comes in with 3 1/1 counters on it.
Yeah.
Whenever a creature you control dies or is put into the command zone, if it had 1 or more 1/1 counters on it, you may put that many 1/1 counters on a target creature.
So it's moving the 1/1 counters around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. Suddenly, this thing gets nuts. I mean, what with Servant of the Scale turn 1, Servant of the Scale turn 1. That comes in with a 1/1.
Yeah.
That's that's a 1/1. That's only And then suddenly you can start transferring those around quite nicely.
That's very good.
And to be fair, durable handicraft from Kaladesh.
Yes.
2 mana enchantment. When a creature enters the battlefield, you may pay 1 and put 1/1 counter on it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ridiculous.
all day long. Then suddenly you go, what does that commander do? Oh yeah, it proliferates. Oh yeah, because that's going to be fair. Whichever one you use, picks that commander.
That's going to be mine.
That is that. No. I will kill this commander the second he gets onto the field every time. Come on, Chris, you with me on this, right? It's like your black commander, right? What happens with your black commander whenever you play?
Basically, every time it untaps, I can exile a target creature and gain 1 mana, a gold with 1 mana of any choosing.
Yes. And what happens whenever you play it?
It gets killed.
Yes, exactly, because guess what? We don't want you tapping with it. You never allow to tap with it. We don't allow it. God forbid if you had some combo where you could tap it for for mana and then untap it with some other ability. That would get stupid very quickly. Oh yes, I'm just gonna board wipe. But no. In terms of all so far, just from the commanders, I am super excited already.
I am really looking forward.
I've already seen little creatures here and there. I don't even know what decks they belong to, but I pray to God they're in the ones.
I could actually see some really insane commander decks, but people taking them apart and making some really insane commands.
Well, to be fair, I'm quite tempted to take apart, for example, the Stalwart Unity with the two brothers who got the fat ass. I'm tempted to put the can you put Ishka? No, you can't. Right, okay. So they've done their homework, so you can't sort of cut and change some of the commanders. But yeah, the Vile, but I am tempted to run like Vile Smasher with Cranham. So suddenly, opponents are getting damaged by spells, and if they're ever casting more spells, I get to card draw as well, which is rather sweet, sort of thing. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be lots of.
Could you sort of partner green blue with white black?
Yes. No. As long as they have partner.
Yeah.
You can partner them up instead. So obviously, the pre-constructed decks, that's all you get.
Yeah.
But people are going to pull these things apart for staples anyway, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to stop you if you want to build a commander deck with Kadil and Ravos. There you go. It's a 4-color commander deck with green, blue, and black, white. Because there's obviously no card draw there at all for her ability, and of course, with him, there's going to be that many creatures going into your graveyard. Let's be honest, God, you could go to town, quite frankly, with just lots of creatures everywhere.
I see it getting wrong really quickly with some of these.
Yeah, but it's the same with if you wanted to do just blue red, you could do Cranham and Ludwig together.
Yeah,
sort of thing, and that's going to get you a lot of card draw, which is quite sweet, and a lot of damage, which is rather cool. But looking forward to the set. Can't wait. I think we'll have to try and film the game.
First match, get 5 of us, use each one of the decks and try and get a match.
Yeah, we've always got 5 of us. I'm sure we
I
can.
already know what I'm picking first.
No, first dibs have you? You first dibs. Well, all right. If we're doing first dibs, I want Entropic Uprising.
Oh, what's the fifth one?
I want Invincible Superiority, so I think we...
All right, so we've got to fight. So the other two have got to choose between Open Hostility and Stalwart Unity. That'll be interesting. Right, but anyway, we're going to call it there. We've been prattling on long enough. So thank you for tuning in to Ugins Insight. This is episode 3. We are now available on iTunes. Yay. I managed to get it working, thank God. God, that was a few days of Ted's trying to get that thing to work. But we are now live on iTunes, so you can listen to us through your sultry sounds of your headphones if you wish. But the link's below as well for the RSS feed, so you can find us through that as well, depending on what you want to do. So, thank you for tuning in, and we hope to hear from you guys. If you want to see us on the YouTube channel, the videos go up on there, and we obviously see all the comments and everything from there as well. So, catch you later, guys.
Thank you.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, guys.
I'm walking down an empty road.